Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. We're going to, that will be a general message, but we're gonna have two piles to pick from for your daily message whenever you come across this. But first of all, coming out for both piles is this is gonna be regarding or relating to something that you consciously chose to step away from or turn your energy away from. And it doesn't mean that you were ignoring it. It could just mean that it was something you were still wanting or trying to pursue, but you had to change the way you were going after it, or maybe you were too focused on it and you knew you needed to detach, and that there were other areas that needed more of your attention and focus. So if that relates to you, that could just be extra confirmation. Now we'll get into the piles. And here are your piles. So we have pile 1 and pile 2. And if you want to pull, or if you want to choose both, you can do that too. So we'll start with pile 1. For those who pick pile 1, what is their daily message? Someone in your life, this is someone who has a significant presence in your life for some reason, regardless of your relationship currently with them. But this is someone who, in a way, you are each other's mirror, or you could feel that way about them, or you could think that they feel that way about you. But it's like you trigger things in each other, things that maybe you don't want to see about yourselves, but then you see it in the other. There's something about this person couldn't see you clearly before, because when they looked at you, they would just see a reflection of themselves, and before they had to work on that, all that reflection was bringing up, all those shadows, before they could be able to actually perceive you. So they could have said things to you that didn't really make sense, and you're like, that's not true, that's not me. That's just how you feel about yourself. And it's because they were projecting, because like I said, they couldn't actually see you. But this is changing right now, and it's like they're starting to actually see you for who you are, and not just, it's like that mirror that was up before is coming down, and now they can actually see the face behind the mirror. They can see you and not just their own reflection. You helped this person. It's like you were the light that guided them towards a certain level of awareness that they didn't have before. And this person is, it's like all the pieces are coming together for them. They're realizing who you really are. They're realizing who they are to you, and the deeper secrets of the dynamic between you two, and what's really been playing out, like beyond just surface level. This person is seeing things from different perspectives. This person is a masculine energy, so, and you're the more feminine energy. So it feels like you help them with their own inner feminine energy, which they were either blocking or disregarding, not treating right. And that came out also projected onto you and how they treated you or interacted with you. But they also saw the potential of what their own feminine side could be through you. So it's like there's a lot of hot and cold, there's a lot of good and bad. It's like you felt all the feelings with this person, both of you did. This can be any type of dynamic. Doesn't have to be romantic. It could be even siblings, friends, parents. It's just someone who you feel so similar to, but at the same time so drawn to, but also so pulled away from, so triggered by, but at the same time calm around. So there's a lot. But this is coming up today to tell you that whatever, and I feel like you stepped away because you knew that you can't control this person. You can't explain things. You can't get them to see what they're not willing to look at. So you knew you had to step away, and if they ever were going to see you for who you truly were, it had to be after they stopped seeing everyone just as their reflection. So this is happening now. Anything else? Okay, we have all three kings coming up. King of Pentacles, King of Wands, King of Swords, and the Tower. And this could both represent other people or other factors involved, but I feel like this person is almost, they've been role-playing different dynamics, and they're about to merge all of them together, because they were never meant to be just one or the other. They were meant to, like, kind of like the Emperor, they were meant to bring all the elements together. So notice how the only king missing is the King of Cups, but that's what, there's these two cups in this, in the Lovers, and this is that feminine side of them that you're helping them understand and accept, which is going to help them understand and accept you better. And on the bottom, Transition, which is the Death card, and this is what this person is going through. And it's not saying that you need to do anything. You already know this. This is just like a little update or a little notification. Maybe you thought this person would never change or would never like stop projecting, and they would never actually take accountability for themselves. They would always just project onto someone else. But this is saying this is happening now. And the reason why it's coming through in a daily reading, meaning these readings are supposed to be focused on the exact day you read it, not like this is going to happen or it's coming up. This is like right now, this is coming through. So this person has been in a continuous tower moment, like a long drawn out tower moment, almost like a court case that just keeps getting drawn out, and it's just taking forever, but the person isn't like free. Maybe they're just putting things off, but it doesn't mean that they're off the hook. So it feels like this person's finally ready to handle whatever they've been trying to draw out or put off. And because it's like the longer they put it off, it's just making the whole thing longer for them. It's not making it easier, it's not making it quicker, it's actually making it harder. So they're like, why am I making it harder for myself? Well, I don't know if they're having that realization yet, but it comes through in levels. But that's just the energy of it. So anything else? Five of Cups. Whatever they tried to, the grief that they tried to run away from, whatever they were using to do that, whether it was like drinking or just escaping in their mind or being detached from their environment, whatever it was, it's either not working anymore, or they're just realizing they can't keep doing it. Like nothing good's gonna come from it and only bad will. It's a combination of this realization and seeing you and seeing the situation, and even the parts not related to you, just the parts within themselves that you help trigger. It's all, just like I said, all the puzzle pieces are coming together for this person. And I intend these readings to be focused on the person watching, but this being about someone else other than you is, I'm guessing it's because this has been heavy on your mind, or this is what you needed to hear most to be more at peace, or just whatever it's going to do for you. So what is it supposed to do for you? Why do you need this information? Because maybe you were just wondering, or you're like, is this ever going to change? Is it always going to be like this? And maybe you've been trying to manifest a change because, like I said, you knew you couldn't really get through to this person. They had to do it on their own. So you step back, but you're like, what can I do? Like, there has to be something, because I don't want to just be in this forever. And whatever you've been doing, even if it's just doing nothing, it's been working, and this is your confirmation of that. So continue doing what you feel called to do in regards to this situation and this person. Just know that it's already getting better. They're already making that change that you thought might never come, and you had to accept that, but it's happening now. And let's get one more. So yeah, this is a new start, a new beginning, and this is your confirmation of all of this, that it's happening now, and that's why it's coming through to you today on whenever this video finds you. So that's all for pile 1. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Hello, pile 2. This is going to be your reading for this day that this video finds you. Let's see. For pile 2. This is coming to you today because you've definitely been on a journey recently where you've been like completely blindfolded, or you've just had to trust a lot without much at all evidence to go off of, little to none, and you've had to just keep trusting, and even when it didn't make sense, or even if it was really hard or confusing, even when nothing was still working out, and it's like, is this still the right way? Because it's not, nothing's changing or happening. You had to go through a lot of that, but there was something that you believed in that was guiding you, that made it all, you're like, even if I have to go through this, I'm going to continue on. And maybe it's the only option you had left, but whatever your circumstances, it's led you to this point, and you're no longer being blindly led. And that's why this is coming through to you today. And you could be seeing numbers with repeating ones, so like 411, 311, 1111, any types of repeating ones, any combination. And if you ever feel drawn to look one up when you see it, then you should. Don't feel like you have to every single time, but if you feel a certain pull towards it, then you can. Anyway, this is the point. Whenever you come across this video on this day, it's like this evidence is being brought to you now. There's going to be some type of physical evidence, some type of physical proof that, or physical confirmation. It even come through as a sign, but if it's a sign, it's not going to be just like a regular, like, oh, you see a feather or a penny or like an angel number license plate. It's going to be a sign that's so big, so significant that it's not, like, it'll stay in your mind, and it'll be like, you'll want to tell people about it, but you'll be like, will they even believe it? It's going to, if it is a sign, it's going to be like that, is all I'm saying. But it's going to be something physically tangible that you can perceive with one of your physical senses. Okay, the birds have a lot to say right now. And yeah, and there's these birds here. So birds could play a role in whatever happens or whatever the situation is. It feels like it might come through nature for a lot of you, but just be open to any type of thing coming through. But there will be some type of physical evidence that you're done in this, that just having to, look, it's already being blown away. You're done with having to like blindly follow and not knowing. So you were in this Four of Cups energy, but notice how she's looking up at the cup. She's not noticing these empty ones. She's looking up, and it's like, that's what you decided to do. You decided to focus on like whatever that would represent to you, whether it's focusing on what your desire is rather than what you don't want, or focusing on what you do have rather than what you don't, focusing on the one thing that feels good rather than everything going wrong. However it looks for you, you did that, and because of that, because of you continuously doing that and trusting, even when you didn't have signs that it was all going to be okay, it's like that's what led you to this point now, today. And this is when your luck is changing. I can't pick it up. So if you felt like, as hard as you've tried, for some reason your efforts were not matched, then this is the result of that, or the reason of that. Of you choosing to have this different perspective, even when nothing seemed to be going right. It's like you created a different reality in your mind, and you chose to keep giving it energy instead of continuing to give energy to the reality you didn't want to be a part of. So you brought this change on yourself. So there's a need for you to know and acknowledge your role in this. Like, you didn't just wait around, expect it to be taken care of. You took action wherever you could. So what else about? You may have had to put your feelings aside. You may have had to do things that were really emotionally hard, or you could have, this experience could have really left you emotionally drained because you had to like filter out all your deepest feelings and fears and emotions from your whole life and from your bloodline. So things that weren't even yours, but they were just passed on to you. You had to clear all that out, and it's just emotionally taxing. But still, you continued on. You found a way to keep moving forward without burning yourself out, but to still keep up a momentum and still build this pace where even if it's slow at first, and even if it's slow for a while, you didn't have emotional support or safety, so you created that within yourself. This reading feels like it's really just an acknowledgement of like everything you've done, because you could have felt like you were trying so hard and maybe you're doing something wrong, because why aren't things changing, or why isn't it getting better, or why isn't it happening faster? And you're like, what am I doing wrong? I'm open to doing whatever I have to do. Like, I'm willing and ready. So why isn't it working? But whatever hard decisions you had to make and feel like you had to go through alone, it was building some type of resilience within you. And it's not like it's preparing you for something even harder you're going to have to go through. It's more like it's reminding you of your own inner strength, just for you, because you were walking around like you weren't as powerful as you really are. And so you needed to be reminded of your own power. And the only way that could happen is if you had to face things alone and you had to use your own power. And it felt impossible at first because you didn't even know you had those abilities, or you didn't know you had all of that within you. So I feel like part of you may have worried, like, is all of these trials and tribulations just preparing me for like even harder? And no, that's not the case. And you could have been hearing signs like, oh, it's going to get easier, it's going to get better, but then you're like, then why am I being trained like this? And it was less about training you to be a warrior, and it was more about reminding you, awakening you to your own power. Almost like, if you like this perspective, imagine a god coming down to earth, forgetting they're a god, and acting as a human, and they're faced with challenges that a human could never like overcome, and they're worried because they think they're a human, but in having to face these challenges, they realize their power. So it's not about you being separate or above other people. It's just saying you not knowing your own power. Maybe all the other humans are also gods that don't know their own power. But the point is, you coming here thinking you have these limits and situations pushing you past those limits to show you that they were always an illusion. But all of that and all of that work you've done the hard work of it already. Now is the part where it pays off. And I feel like you may be sick of hearing that, or that it's coming. So that's why this physical evidence is going to come and prove to you, like, it's not just words, it's not just talk, it's actually happening now. So you can stop hearing about it and actually start seeing it. All right, anything else? You don't have to rely too much on your intuition right now, because, like, think of it like you have two types of intuition. One where you you trigger it. So if you're trying to tune in or you're trying to feel something, you can like tune in and turn it on. But there's another type. So think of it like a text. You can text people yourself, but they can also text you. So the other type of intuition where it's like you're receiving something, you didn't have to text them first. It just came out of nowhere. So the meaning of that is like you don't always have to be consciously focused on using your intuition. It's kind of like reminders set on your phone. You don't have to always be like, oh wait, what time it is, or what time is it, what time do I have to be here, because you've set that reminder, so it's going to go off and let you know. So expect that and let go, because right now your intuition could still be tapped into the old timeline and it could be confusing you. So you're being guided to just give it a break and let it reset to this newer timeline where it's not all about struggle and stress, and just wait till you receive something. You don't have to seek it out, just wait to actually receive that signal, and don't worry that you're going to miss something or you're not going to hear something, because you'll get that notification when you need it. Anything else? Yeah, give your mind a break right now. That's going to be your best way forward today and navigating today, because otherwise you're going to feel overwhelmed. But just give yourself a break. Just focus on the body today and tune into that, what your body needs, what it wants, and make that your priority. So that's all I'm getting for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.